In today's video, I'm going to be giving this vehicle a much needed exterior deep clean, and I'm going to be using some products which I've been kindly sent to test out and get my honest thoughts on, and everything that I'm going to be using today is going to be linked in the video description. I first started by pre-washing the wheels using a 1-to-8 mixture of Yum Citrus. I then went in with Carbon Collective's Apex wheel cleaner on the alloys and then Horticulture's APC on the tyres. To add a little bit of lubrication to the brushes and the mitts that I was using, I also popped some Carpro Reset in my wheel bucket. These chemicals worked very nicely and I was very happy that Carbon Collective's wheel cleaner did a great job at really deep cleaning these alloys. To kick off the pre-wash on this car, I again went in with that Yum Citrus in my IK360 multi-sprayer, and then after giving that a couple of minutes to dwell on its own, I popped the Horticulture UK's Snow Foam at a 1:15 dilution over the top. Although this combination of chemicals did a great job at removing the bulk of the grime from the vehicle, there were some stubborn streaks that had dripped from the panel gaps, which had more of an oily texture which was very difficult to remove by pre-washing. I was still happy though after rinsing down that the vehicle was clean enough for the contact wash and there wasn't any gritty particles on the finish. If you are enjoying this video so far, then it would be brilliant if you could drop it a like, as it does really help to get it out there to more people and is always much appreciated. To contact wash this car, I went in with Carpro Reset and I opted for about 40ml in the bucket here. This shampoo is quite a popular option for ceramic coatings and does definitely work both in the bucket and in the foam cannon, providing plenty of slickness, which is the main thing that I look for in the contact wash. It wasn't the most stable shampoo that I've ever tried though, and I did have to fluff it up in the bucket with a pressure washer halfway through cleaning this car. And 40ml is a fairly standard dilution ratio, so I would have probably expected it to hold those suds a little bit better. Having said that, I can't deny that it did a good job on the vehicle. I also used my collection of detailing brushes, including the Detail Factory Curveball and the Carbon Collective Firm Detail Brush, in order to access some of the more intricate areas and give the textured black plastics a bit more of a thorough clean. To start with the chemical decon on this car, I went in with CarPro's Iron X, which due to the consistency of the products and a very good spray trigger, I was able to get a nice even coverage over the car and noticed the reaction happening after about 30 seconds. There was quite a lot of iron contamination on this car, so definitely a step worth doing, not only to make the paintwork feel smoother without claying it, but also because it does really help to brighten up the finish, particularly on white vehicles. Once I'd rinsed away the iron fallout remover, I then went in with Garage Therapy's tar remover, and I like to use this on dry panels to get maximum effect. Although the camera wasn't doing a great job at picking up the tar deposits, it was peppered all along the lower sections and the rear of the car, so again an absolutely essential step here. In order to remove any residues left by the chemical decon steps, I did give the car a quick snow foam again using the ACHQ one as previously, and then thoroughly rinse that off after just a few minutes. For the protection here, I went in with DIY Details Quick Beads, which is a spray and rinse sealant that I find very useful, particularly for this time of year, when no one really wants to spend more time than necessary applying protection. It's also really useful on large vehicles like this, as I can get around the car very quickly, but not quite as fast as using a foam cannon sealant. To dry the car, I went in with the Liquidator drying towel from the Rag Company, and I did pair that up with DIY Detail Ceramic Gloss Detailer, just to add a little bit more slickness and gloss to finish off the process. If you do use a product like this as a drying aid, then I do recommend washing the towel as quickly as possible, ideally using a dedicated microfiber detergent to stop the microfiber getting clogged up with product. To dress the tyres and the trim, I went in with DIY Details tyre dressing, and I applied quite a liberal amount, more than I probably should, but this just allows me to get into all the grooves of the tyre really easily. After leaving it on for about 20 minutes, I then knocked down the finish with a microfiber towel to make sure that it was dry to the touch and that there wasn't going to be any sling. This product is nice and easy to apply and leaves a lovely satin finish, although it isn't the most durable from my experience. So if you are leaving it several weeks between washes or doing quite high mileage, then there's probably other options to look at.